Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is the place where you learn new skill every time you visit. So keep updating yourself by subscribing to the channel.
Okay, so this question says that name the feature of Java depicted to the above picture. The picture shows father and a son, and as we all know, the property of Java, which depicts this feature of transferring of something from father to the son, is inheritance. All right. So the correct answer is inheritance over here. Next one is the expression which uses more than equals to. So now more than equals to or greater than equals to, we call it, is a expression which checks the relation, all right, relation between the two operands on either side of it. So this happens to be a relational operator, right? So the next answer is going to be relational operator. Now ternary operator, let's recall a ternary operator. Ternary operator is something like this. There's a variable answer into which this is the format of a ternary operator. You put a condition over here, then you put a true expression over here, and then you put a false expression over here. All right. So since the condition is involved over here, so this is going to be, as you have understood now, by now, it's a conditional operator. So the conditional operator is the answer for this. Now, when primitive data type is converted to a corresponding object of its class, it is called. Now, primitive converted to objects, right? It's called boxing or auto boxing, and the feature, the wrapper class are meant to do this. Wrapper class are actually meant to convert, to give the object features to the primitive data types. So this process is called boxing, or we call it a auto. Okay, so it's called boxing or auto boxing. The option is here, boxing. So now the next one is the number of bytes occupied by a character array of 10 elements. You know that how much a character array occupies, and you multiply that by 10, and it becomes 20. All right. The next one is the method of scanner class used to accept a double value. Now you know that the object of a scanner class, how it takes the value from the keyboard, that is the next tuple. Among the following, which is a keyword, every, all, case, each. Now you know in Java you use switch case, so case happens to be the keyword for it. And now the output of the mat.round 6.6, let's calculate this. 6.6 will become 7 plus mat.ceiling will become 4, and it will give you 11.0 because the output of this is these two functions are double. The return type is double, so it can be 11.0. There are two options, 11 and 11.0, but 11.0 is the correct one. Now over here, it is given that find the error, if any. So system.out.print hello, the semicolon is missing here. So this is a syntax error because we are messing up with the grammar of a Java. Now Java statement to access the fifth element of an array is, the Java statement to access the fifth element is x4 because we know the index value in array start from 0. So the fifth element is going to have the position as 4, x4. The output of remarkable.substring 6 substring function, as you all know, takes care of it needs two parameters. The first parameter is from where to start, and second parameter is the variable or position up to which it want to reach. It doesn't reach the last one, it goes one beyond that. So, but when the second parameter is not given, like in this case, it pulls out from that position till end. So if you look at the remarkable word, we have the sixth position happens to be here, so it will fill out ABLE. So that is the answer. The answer is the ABL. All right. Next, move on to the next one. Which of the following is a wrapper class for data type character? Now the wrapper class are meant for converting the primitive data type to the objects to give them the object features used for pass by reference or whatever way you want to use it as. So the wrapper class for char is a character with a capital C. The next one is the package that contains wrapper class. The package that contains wrapper class is java.lang. All right, let's move on to the next one. Okay, so this is the next one. The constructor overloading. Overloading, as you know, the name says that there's something to be overloading, something more. So when we have more than one function by the same name, it's called overloading. And over here, the feature polymorphism. Poly means many, existing in more than one form. So this is the correct option. The polymorphism is the correct option for this particular question. Next one is name of the following, name which of the following is a valid integer. Constant integer, doesn't contain the decimals. So 4 is the actually integer form. Others are not being, but if you look at the options, there are many options which says 1 and 3, 2 or 4, 1 and 2, but the correct one happens to be the first one, that is only 1. Next one, the method comparative returns when two strings are equal. Let's just discuss the comparative function in short. So suppose I have a word called ABC. Let me write properly. ABC dot compare to. Again, I'm comparing it with ABD. All right. So now how it works? It works like this. It cancels out the ASCII code of first letter with first letter. So AA cancels with A. Then second letter with second letter. And whenever there is a difference of the characters, it takes the ASCII code of this and ASCII code of this, and then it calculates the difference, right? So over here, C is going to be 97, 98, 99, and it's going to be 100. So over here, the value is coming out to be -1. But this is not the question. The question says that both letters are same. When it says both letters are same, so that means the second letter is also ABC. So when it's ABC, all letters will be get cancelled, and ultimately you'll get the output as 0. So the answer for this is 0. Now, this kind of questions has been introduced this year only, assertion and reasoning. So you have to see at the assertion and you have to see the reasoning, and you have to tell whether it's both are true, both are false, or and the reasoning is correct for the assertion. Let's see that. In Java, statements written in lowercase letters or uppercase letters are treated as the same. It says Java is a case-sensitive language. Now it says Java is a case-sensitive language. Now when we talk about case-sensitive language, that means the capital and smalls are different, has to be different, right? So the reason is correct, but assertion is not true. So the option which is suitable for this is the last one. Now read the following text and choose the correct answer. A class encapsulates data member that contains the information necessary to represent the class and member methods that perform operation on the data member. What does the class encapsulate? You have to find the answer from this. Information and operation, data members and methods, data members and information, member methods and operation. So the answer is data members and member method. You would like to say that what about the information, but we know that the information are stored in variables only. Okay, data members are variables. So data members and member and method is the correct way. Now again, assertion and reasoning. Callback value is known as pure method. The original value of variable does not change as operation is performed on copied values. So we know that the original value in call by value does not changes as operations performed on copied value. So that's correct. Reasoning is correct. And call by value is known as pure method. And pure methods are a method which does not changes actually the parameters. So both of them are happens to be true. And I think the first option should be correct for this. Right. So let's mark the first option. Both assertion A and reason R are true, and reason R is the correct explanation for the assertion. All right, let's move ahead. Okay, so the next one is what will be the output for this statement? Character dot to lowercase I. Now, character dot to lowercase function is meant for characters, but if you give other than character, just like we have given one over here, it's not going to do any changes over here. So that's why it remains as one. So the output is going to be the answer is going to be one over here. All right. Next one is write the Java expression for this one. Let's write it. So we have to use math.power function over here. So math.power, we just have to settle the statement. We don't have to write the whole code like declaring variables and doing all the stuff. You're going to waste time over there if you're doing like that. So a plus b here in a comma and then the power 2. So this is the base, this is the power. That's how the math.power function is used. Now evaluate the expression when the value of x is 2. So you know that x, this is a post operator. So the value of x remains here 2, but it is updated to 3. So when you do this kind of question, keep updating the original value. Now plus, then plus x, it is pre-operator, yeah, pre-increment. So update and use. So the value 3 will be updated to 4, and being used here, 4. And plus then x, which is already 4. So this gives you 10. So output is going to be 10 for this. Here is the explanation again for this. Yeah. Now, In the next statement, the following code segment should print you can go out if you have done your homework and cleaned your room. However, the code has errors. So the first error happens to be here where the T is in capital letters. The Boolean variable values are always small letters. The T has to be small. Another one is the statement says if DH and CR, that means if both conditions are true, you cannot go out, but that's wrong. It should be you can go out. And the other one should be you cannot go out. Okay, let's move ahead. The next one, Sam executes the following program segment and answers display is 0. Okay. Now Sam is getting 0 out of it for any values of B and S. The reason being in this expression, the answer is getting stored in A, and in this expression we have 1.2. So 1 and 2 both are integer. When we solve 1.2, it becomes 0.5, and Java does not take the will take the integer part because the the variable which are used in this operation are integers. So it's going to take 0 from it. And when 0 multiplies by anything becomes 0. That's the reason it's getting 0. Now how to solve this? You just need to put a 1 or 2 both in decimal or any one of them in decimal. Then Java will understand that it is a decimal output and it will take 0.5 and the answer will come correctly. All right. Now next one is x equals to y equals to 50. How many times the loop will execute? Okay. So here, this I have explained over here. But this is the way the values are going to work and it is going to execute 5 times. All right. This is the way the values will get updated. After this value become 11, so it won't go enter the loop and the 5 times execution is there. All right. Next, move on to the next one. Write the output of the following statement string artificial dot index of I. Now index of I takes the first index of the character which has been put in the parameter here I. So I stands 0, 1, 2, 3. At third position 0, 1, 2, 3. So the answer is 3. Now dog and puppy dot trim. Now trim function actually trims the spaces, but from the either side. There are no spaces in either side, so this remains as it is. Trim is not going to do anything to this string. So the length of this string is going to be 1, 2, 3, spaces 4, 5, 6, 7, spaces 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 30. Okay, whatever count comes out to be, that is the answer, whatever the length of this, including the spaces. Name any two jump statements. The two jump statements are going to be break and continue. Reading the output of the following code, A is string 20, B is string 23. Now parsing is converting them into integer 20 and converting into integer 23 in P and Q, and then we are printing it out. But when we are printing it out, we are putting a multiplication in quotes. So it's not going to multiply them, it's just going to print it as 20 and 23 with a star in between. When there is no explicit initialization, what will the default values for these? So integer values always have a default value 0, and string value always have a default value null. All right. Let's go ahead to the next one. This is the last one. So an array, we have P with 4 elements, we have Q with 3 elements, and if we combine them into R, so R is going to hold all those elements like this, 12, 4, 16, 18, 20, 22, and 24. If you count them, it is 7, right? So what will be the size of the array? You have to write 7 is the answer. Right index position of the first and last element. The first element always has to be at 0th position. The last element is at 6th position. 7 element, but it's starting from 0, so it's going to be 6th position. I'm sorry. All right. So this is the last question. Now the section B, I'll put in the next video because otherwise this video is going to be very long. I'll put in the next video. I'm not going to solve this question. This question is very easy. But if you need this to be solved, just comment me. I'll start from this question onwards. All right. So the next video will start from this question onwards, and I'll post very soon. So thank you for giving your time, and my classes are already started. So if you want any help, you can join my classes. The numbers are flashed after the videos. Okay. Thank you very much.
If you are new to the channel, please subscribe it. Also press the bell notification so that you get notification as soon as I release a new video. Share and like the video.